Hi my good friends, welcome to day 2 of my apartment hunting. Yay! Let's get right into it. Come with me. So let's get into apartment 6. The floor plan for this apartment was similar to that of apartment 4 in my previous video. That's day 1. I liked the wooden flooring on this. It was a bit of light gray and brown. It was a mix of gray and brown, and it was really lovely. They actually just refurnished this apartment. So if you look in the kitchen area, you see that the stove part, they're just fixing the burners on the top, and then they just painted the cabinets. So it was very, it was smelling very nice and clean and fresh. So I liked it as soon as I got in here. The only thing was that it didn't have a microwave, but it had like the refrigerator, dishwasher, standard equipment. A couple of things I make sure I do anytime I'm touring an apartment is I check the appliances. I make sure, like, I look into the fridge, look into the dishwasher, the microwave, if there's any, to make sure they're working. Every sink, tap, I turn it on just to see that it's properly functioning. I look out for leakages. If there's any water leakage down the pipe or anything, it's not common, but sometimes it happens like that. And then I check all the doors. I make sure that the doors lock properly. I also ask about the cooling system. So there's some places that are centrally controlled. There's some places that you get to control it in the apartment. So I check that, and I ask the person who's taking me on the tour just to find out how it's done in the apartment. Afterwards, she took me to the community facility that had like the gym area, the community laundry, the children's play area. Although it's not free, so you'd pay a fee to use the machines every time. Alright, let's get into apartment 7. From here, you can see that it has a massive living room area, then the patio, and then the kitchen. As soon as I stepped into this place, I was like, wow, this was the biggest living room area that I'd seen in all of my touring. And then it had 3 windows and a large, opening into the patio. I was like, wow, this is really nice. I've always wanted to be in a well-ventilated and well-lit apartment. So as soon as I saw this one, it had my heart from the very beginning. So going into the kitchen, and you can see this like massive storage space both up and down in the kitchen area. It had the refrigerator, although it didn't have a microwave. But it had like gas stove. And this one, like, I really like that it had gas stove. If you notice, the previous ones just had like the electric burners, but this one like had actual fire, and I would have really preferred that. I don't know, some people say that there's a difference between how your food tastes when you use the electric burner and the gas stove. I haven't really tested that, but I believe that it's true. I believe it's true. So let's get into the remaining part of the apartment. The room was big. It was comparatively big. I liked that it had a very large window, even though the window wasn't facing outside, but it still had like ample opportunity for sunlight to get in. And then the closet was big, spacious. Overall, I really liked this apartment, although I didn't continue with it for a couple of reasons. So I started to reconsider the space, and I looked at the living room area. It's so big. Logically, the more space you have, the more tempted you'll be to like furnish and buy things. And I do not think that I was quite in that phase of my life where I wanted to, be furnishing and all. Then it made matters worse that I didn't have a washer and dryer in unit. And I also found out that this was not the apartment I was going to be given if I applied. the one that was supposed to be given, or the two that were available. The patio area did not have great views. It was facing the road, a busy, boring road, and then the window for the room was also backing other apartments, and it didn't even have as much sunlight as this one. For the record, it was really hard for me to look away from this apartment, but yeah, I kept moving. One unique thing about this apartment complex was that it had underground parking and ample space. I hadn't seen that anywhere else. All right, let's get into apartment 8. I was welcomed with the pool area for this apartment. As I walked in, it was an older facility, but the apartment complex made good efforts to renovate. Very huge space, actually. I was absolutely stunned with the floor plan of this place. For 788 square feet, it was well structured and well designed. I love that there was ample space opportunity for like storage, and the room was double ventilated, very wide place. The closet was gigantic. Like, look at the door. It wasn't a walk-in closet, but like, look at how wide it is. And I don't remember how high up the apartment was, but I knew that like even when I tried to jump, I couldn't touch the ceiling. So I liked that. I also liked that the toilet was well ventilated. It's only about 1 or 2 apartments that I've seen toilet and windows in the toilet, so I liked it gave room for like airing in the restroom. All right, let's get into the floor plan of apartment 9. You enter into the living room, then narrow walkway through the washer and dryer into the master bedroom. So the bedroom is on the left, and then the bathroom is on the right. This was an older facility. It was just this model apartment that was available for viewing. So if I went with this apartment, it wouldn't be this one that I would take. This is just for viewing. The floor plan was designed in such a way that the patio was sharing space with the living room area and the bedroom, so you can go out through the living room and then enter back in through your bedroom. I'll show you that as we continue to progress. But it had a fireplace. The living room space was not that big, but it was decent. Then for these machines, you actually rent it at $40 every month, or you bring in your own, washer or dryer. So that was a little tricky. Okay, this is the patio area that I talked about. So you can go in through here and come out. I also liked that this apartment had a walk-in closet. This was the only apartment I viewed on this day that had a walk-in closet. The room was decently sized. This bed is a queen bed, so it gives you like a picture of how your room will look like when you furnish it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed apartment hunting with me. So like I mentioned in my life update video, I didn't end up taking any of these apartments, but please let me know in the comment section which of these apartments you would have gone for if you absolutely had to choose one, and tell me why. See you in my next video. Bye.